Angel Reese didn't just walk into the WNBA, she strutted in like she already had her name etched into the Hall of Fame. Nicknamed the Chai Barbie, she was dripping with confidence, endorsement deals, and more media attention than most rookies could dream of. But now, the glitter has worn off. Inside the Chicago Sky locker room, the mood has flipped like a missed layup clanking off the backboard. The very front office that paraded her as the face of the franchise is now pointing fingers, and those fingers are aimed directly at Angel. General Manager Jeff Pagliocca didn't dance around the issue. He named names, on the record. "We need more production out of her," he said bluntly. That wasn't a motivational speech. It was a public red flag. A full-volume, no-filter challenge to a player whose swagger once filled arenas but now can't even secure trust in her own huddle. And that's just the tip of this unraveling story. Inside the walls of the Sky's training facility, things are boiling over. Pagliocca's statement wasn't just about missed layups or box score stats. It was about trust, expectation, and disappointment. Angel's numbers are down across the board, from 13.6 points on 39% shooting last year to 10 points on 35% shooting this season. Rebounds have dipped too, but the numbers don't tell the whole story. Her impact, or lack thereof, on the court has fans, teammates, and coaches visibly frustrated. Word is, after a particularly poor showing, the GM stormed into the locker room, not to chat, not to encourage, but to demand accountability. And for Angel Reese, the timing couldn't be worse. With veteran Courtney Vandersloot out for the season, the Sky desperately needs someone to step up. Instead, they're watching their most hyped player vanish in real time, fumbling easy finishes and draining the life out of crucial possessions. And it's not just the suits upstairs who are fed up. Inside the locker room, subtle signs of a growing fracture are becoming impossible to ignore. Teammates visibly hesitate to pass her the ball, even when she's wide open in the post. One sequence caught on camera shows 3 players looking directly at Angel with a clear entry pass, and choosing to let the shot clock expire instead. That's not a missed opportunity, that's a message. On the surface, it's high fives and team huddles. Behind the scenes, reports say some veterans are done. Done watching her botch layups, done covering for her defensive lapses, done dealing with the chaos that seems to follow her like a shadow. And if you think that's harsh, you're not hearing it from the media. You're hearing it from her own locker room. In a league where every possession matters, every mistake is magnified, and Angel's now racking up errors faster than points. Social media, once her biggest ally, has turned into a war zone. Clips of her missed layups are being slowed down frame by frame like the Zapruder film, dissected with merciless precision. Analysts are comparing her finishing ability to junior varsity drills. One brutal comment said she talks like Shaq, but finishes like his unpaid intern. And while the jokes flood in, the damage is real. Public perception is shifting. Fans are no longer debating her potential, they're questioning her purpose. And yet, Angel has remained publicly defiant. "I put my head down and work every day," she said. "I know the results will show, but time's running out. In the pros, effort is the baseline, not the badge of honor, especially when you're drafted to be the face of the franchise and your layups are filing a grievance with the backboard." But the storm around Reese isn't just about what happens during games, it's about what happens before them. Behind closed doors, the whispers are louder than ever. Coaches and front office staff are reportedly frustrated with how her off-court lifestyle is interfering with the grind. Travel, appearances, influencer obligations, all co-signed by a staff too soft to set boundaries. "Go do your thing," they told her. "Just make sure it doesn't affect your play." Well, it has. Now they're realizing that letting the marketing machine run wild without accountability might have set the whole franchise back. Because energy without execution, that's not hustle, that's chaos. And Chicago, a team that believed it was ready to contend, now looks like a group of athletes trying to rebuild trust one botched possession at a time. And while Angel spirals, Caitlin Clark rises. It's an unavoidable comparison. One rookie is setting records, carrying her team, and handling the spotlight with poise. The other is still struggling to hit layups. Clark plays like a veteran, leads like a captain, and wins like a legend. Reese, she rebounds, she talks, but the leadership, the big game moments, The actual results, they're MIA. The same fans who once argued Angel was the real draw are now watching Caitlin put up triple-doubles while Angel puts up excuses. And the league? It's watching. With every performance, Clark cements herself as a generational talent. Meanwhile, Angel is cementing a very different legacy, one of missed expectations and off-court distractions. Inside the locker room, those comparisons aren't just headlines, they're dividing lines. Players are reportedly going to coaches behind closed doors, asking hard questions. Why is she still getting these minutes? Would anyone else be treated the same way? That's not bitterness, that's resentment. And once that seed is planted, it spreads fast. Coaches are now walking a tightrope, trying to keep the peace while the team slowly fractures. Even the camera catches it. Backs turned during plays, ball movement dying before reaching Angel's hands. Shot clock violations preferred over a risky entry pass. It's not tension anymore, it's mutiny by silence. And if the coaches don't act fast, the locker room could fully implode. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, whispers of a trade have started to circulate. Officially, no deals on the table. Unofficially, insiders say the front office has already started scanning the league for a forward who brings efficiency without the drama. Angel isn't being shoved out the door, but make no mistake, she's being watched, evaluated, measured against her own hype. Some think a benching would snap her into form. Others believe she was never ready in the first place, that her rise was rushed for the sake of clicks, not championships. And while she still trends on social media, her minutes on the floor are growing more and more questionable. You can't build a franchise on hashtags, and Chicago's front office is done pretending you can. The brand, the image, the Barbie, it all worked until it didn't. The Sky went all in on Angel Reese. They put her face on billboards, handed her the keys, and told the city she was the future. Now, they're quietly wondering if they bet on a highlight reel instead of a complete player. What started as hopeful investment is feeling more and more like buyer's remorse. Every missed shot, every eye roll from a teammate, every awkward possession feels heavier because the expectations weren't small, they were colossal. And Angel, for all her talent, hasn't met them. Instead of leading a charge, she's struggling to keep pace. Instead of commanding the locker room, she's watching it drift away. And now we've reached the final chapter, or the start of one, because this script isn't finished. Not yet. But time is running out. The GM has gone public. The locker room is breaking. The fans are booing. And the league is watching like vultures circling above. This isn't just about stats anymore. It's about leadership, growth, maturity. Whether Angel Reese can shed the influencer skin and become a franchise player in reality, not just in Instagram filters. Because if she can't, Chicago won't blink. Nobody is bigger than the team. Not the brand, not the Barbie, not the hype. The league doesn't care about who you were in college. It only cares who shows up when the lights come on. And Angel Reese has two choices now: evolve or exit. If you think she's out of time, then comment "Fire the baby giraffe" down below, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's next, because if this season's proven anything, it's that hype fades, but results speak forever, and Angel Reese is running out of chances to speak for herself.